Kenny, Christina. Liz, what up?
Yeah, I've been busy all day, guys. Sorry. Doing my thing. Made a video, worked on some stuff in the restaurant, and then I've just been busy all. That's it. Put the chess piece on in a minute. I just got to finish these orders. These dining orders first.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Just trying to stay in the ball game. That's it.
Dude.
my chest piece at? Where my chest piece at? 1 minute, everybody. Because we don't need it. We have a. We don't have a what do you call it? A heat lamp. They gotta run that food fast. Just gotta run that food quick. There we go. Hiya. What we got? Quesadilla, nachos. Let's put this back for now. We'll use that for the next batch. Definitely need to fire some beans and some cheese when I get a chance. For sure. Okay. So I need a quesadilla and a nachos. El pastor. I need el pastor. I have enough for that already. Whoa. All right, sounds good. I was gonna say, everybody leaving me, I just started. Yeah. And I'm trying to get on at random times too. Sorry guys, I wanna try to break the algorithm. Ali Oxenfree. I really am trying to break the algorithm. Break my back at the same time. Yes. Dude, all the cool people are out today. What up, everybody? I knew it. I had a feeling. Hold it down, Kenny. Hold it down. Pick it up. Yeah. What's the name? Give me like 2 minutes. I got you. Thank you. Yo, who's that? Market, what up? Michael, what up? Holding it down, Kenny. You guys are awesome. I feel like there should be music that plays every time I open this rice cooker. It's my ancestors. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're cruising World USA today. Weather's been super unpredictable, so it's definitely fluctuating the dine-in sales, but we're still here. I think we broke 1,000 about an hour ago. We've just been thugging it out. Ali, pally. For reals, need more beans. Yeah, it would get destroyed on the first day. The steam would just destroy it. It's got to be waterproof. Somebody mock that up real quick. Imagine first underwater waterproof speaker. Don't you dare. You can see me. Chocolate covered strawberry and a salted caramel. Heard that. Yeah. Getting to that point. Chocolate covered and salted caramel. I just gotta make them drinks. Give me like 30 seconds. Barbecue Randall, what up, dude? Long time no see. Hope you're holding it down on the ranch. Chocolate covered strawberry. Chocolate limed. Caramel. Hello. Good. I'll be right with you. Sounds crazy. All right, you're good to go on this. I just don't have a drink holder. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Have a good one, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You're good, man. That's a clever name, Leo.
Yeah, I know. That's a little bar right there.
Right? Little punchline.
Yeah.
Smack DVD.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good night.
All right, man. How you doing? Good? Good. What can I get you?
What comes on the loaded fries? Is there any sour cream on there? or no?
Yeah, but you can take it off if you
Can I
want
do
it.
the loaded fries with no sour cream?
Yeah. What kind of protein would you like?
Can I do carne asada?
Yeah. For here to go.
So good. Can I also do a tres leches good?
Yeah. Which one would you like?
Can I try the red velvet?
Yeah. Any military?
Nah.
Okay. You said to go, right?
Yes, please.
There you go. Should just be a couple minutes. Thank you. Alright. My goal is to just get them in and get them out quick, you know? Like, I know I need to drop beans, so I'm gonna make sure I drop the beans after I get the fries working. Because the fries are gonna take 3 minutes, 45 seconds. I could drop beans, I could drop cheese sauce real quick at the same time. And I could put some music on. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you. What up, Edward? Yeah. Shit, I need cheese. I think I have enough queso for these fries, though. I do. I'm gonna drop some fries real quick. fries down. Beans and queso. And I blended the beans already earlier. So we're Gucci. All we gotta do is heat them up. I just made this cheese sauce today too. And these frioles. Oh gosh, that's heavy. Just another day. Just everything hurts. Back in my day, I used to walk to school. And this cheese sauce is still a little bit on the warm side. It won't take too long to heat up. Ooh, that sounds great. You know, I do need onions too. That's crazy, but I'm not gonna cut them today. That's why it's great to have staff. I'm gonna be like, that's the first thing you need when you open. You gotta cry. So we changed the bean recipe up. These beans already have oil in them and salt. So all I'm doing literally is adding a little bit of water and heating it up. Calling it a day. Just make it easier, a lot more streamlined. Next thing I gotta do is those silly serranos that I keep getting beat by. That's the last thing I need is some cheese sauce on the side of the pot, just burning into the nicely clean stovetop. I got 37 seconds. Go pack up that red velvet in the meal. Gliding. sauce out of this. You got it. Come on, my friends.
Good to go. Have a good one. Thank you.
Cool. Everybody's chilling. Just get it. Some cheese, man. Liquid gold, I'm telling you. Okay. Honestly, you know what's crazy is like I'm not really like a fry person. I don't really go out of my way to eat fries in general unless it's like with a sandwich or a burger. I can't just be like eating fries by itself. It's just me. Don't you try to rescue. Cherry limeade. Yeah, the frozen ones don't hit the same. I came over here for something. Oh yeah. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna take an order real quick. Brown gravy. Not much. Me get my butt kicked. The huge. That's great. It never ends. I used to tell my cooks at Cheesecake when we used to get hammered like $7,000, $8,000 hours. I'd be like, eventually the restaurant closes. I got an hour left in this bad boy. Let's get it. Normally I'd be breaking down and cleaning up right now, but it's been pretty busy, so you gotta stay ahead of the flow of the shift, you know? Regardless, that breaking down stuff would just slow me down at this point. Of course, it's not gonna be easy. Need some different music. This music's kind of just. $2025 vibes. I don't even know what's out here. Let's check it out. Alrighty. Let me make this guac real quick. Need a lime. I know, dude. I sold probably. Well, the weather's getting nicer, so you know, I probably sold about 8 orders of guacamole today. A little bit more than what we're used to selling on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? So what I'll do is I'll make this order and I'll 86 it, and then as soon as I get enough time to do it, I'll knock out a whole batch of guac. I'll 86 it online, but if anybody wants it in the restaurant, I'll make it to order, you know what I mean? It's not a problem. Take care of the customers in the restaurant. What's up, Renee? How you doing? Thank you for joining back. Okay. I gotta drop the shrimp too, I forgot. So get this lady out of here real quick. Just get it. those days. Well, you know, how are you ever going to capture your sales and really know what you're selling if you're 86 all the time or you're running out of stuff, you know? I'd rather keep it close, see what's up, and then adjust accordingly. And if something that I could bang out real quick, of course I would love to do it, you know, but sometimes it's just not possible and we got to 86 it and adjust accordingly. But we write notes about that stuff so that we're not on the same boat every week, you know? I've increased my ordering, pars, everything's kind of just been like on the up and up. And we're at a fine line where it's like, do I buy one bag or do I buy one case more? Like, you know? So, but twice already I've gotten chicken and it's gone bad before I could even go through the box. And it's not normal, dude. And I've gotten credit for it too, but still, like, it's not okay. I need to make this shrimp taco. This time. A little more salt. Most importantly, your store was amazing, dude. Alright, we keep going. Put this down for a second. You guys gotta watch the food for me. That guy was super happy. He's like, this is good looking guac, brother. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna start knocking out these quesadillas. I always do these tacos. That's how it works. cheese is real clumpy. It's bothering me. The only thing we don't want to do is we don't want to water down the beans. You're going to take all that flavor out of them. You know, that's why it's super important to have like bean juice on the side, but I'm not trying to manage no damn bean juice. So more beans it is. What you know about this song? Games. Freaking A, man. falling apart. I think so. Yeah. I know, right? It's crazy. I can taste it. But you know what? I'm not gonna think too much about it, dude. I'm just gonna keep grinding it out, and that's it. See what happens. Staying busy working, so that's all that matters. What up, Jay? How you doing? The burritos get rice, beans, onion, cilantro, salsa. Your choice of protein. And then we have add-ons. We could do cheese sauce, hot Cheetos, fried serranos, whatever your heart desires. Eggs. We could do over medium eggs. Wash my hands real quick. Oh yeah, fries. We do French fries from scratch. We do a Cali burrito, that's pretty popular. Sour cream, cheese, mozzarella cheese, avocado, guacamole. Whatever you want. Well, when we created this restaurant, we thought, if we give people too much freedom, then we feel like it's going to be a disaster. So we have it with some restrictions, but the building is exactly the same. You could do whatever you want, and it gives people that freedom to, interchange their food how they want. Everybody's happy. Smell roll. No, dude, Pico de Gallo, look, let me tell you something. Number one, Pico de Gallo has a shelf life of like 2 days max, right? And then every time the water releases from the tomatoes, it loses the flavor on the Pico de Gallo, you know what I'm saying? And tomatoes are probably one of the biggest health code violations. Sliced tomatoes, because people don't know how to handle them properly, and I'm just not going to deal with it right now. Chicken. Salsa de carnitas. And this one back here is Al Pastor Masada. That's a good taco. A good combination of tacos. Sunset. Sada pollo. Let's get it. Yeah, dude, everything costs money. Well, tomatoes fluctuate like avocados and limes, man. They're such a commodity because the cartel control that. It's like, I don't think tomatoes are that important. I love tomatoes. I'm probably like the only person in my family that eats tomatoes, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy them or pay a crazy price for them. I got 2 sauces in here. Look at that. Will you look at that? So it's super important to get the curvature of that plate so you can fit everything in it. All right, friends, BRB. this. Finish strong. Which song? The song that just happened or the one that's playing right now? Sorry guys, it's been very up and down today, whimsically. We've been busy, so. Okay, so it's already 20 minutes to closing. So I'm just gonna clean up, start getting out of here. Breaking everything down. I'll do a couple of these just to have enough to get through the night. Little nachos with steak. Kenny, if you're still there, how you feeling, dude? You healed up yet? You old man. What song is that? Oh, Otis? Of course. Smokey? There you go. That's the feel good right there. I'll be with you. No onions, no cilantro, no guac. I might need more steak. Actually, I don't even have any more steak. That's crazy. Wait, nothing. Salsa and sour cream already. How was everything so far? Awesome. Good. Thank you. Yeah. He's out here fixing my car. Dang, what's up with that? That's sick. Can you just check the lights to make sure that light works?
Yeah, what's it called? They have a camera.
Oh, really?
I put your camera.
Uh-huh.
Your camera, and there's an extra trunk light, or what's it called, the license plate light?
Yeah.
Right there, like in the front couple type thing.
The camera's been working.
Okay, yeah. No,
I just been staring at
camera.
crazy
I
stuff.
think it's on the right. This one's on the
What up, dude?
driver's side.
Is it?
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah. As long as it works.
I can see behind my window now.
Yeah,
See
for
through
sure.
your window. It's all fucked up.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Car's all beat up, dude. No respect. This is Xavier Wolf, dude. Come on. Might as well do a 6-pan, bro. Coming to nothing. Biz, I appreciate you, man. You're awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Next time, when I see you in real life, man, I'm gonna give you a big hug, dude. You're awesome. Thank you so much. All right, dude. Thank you so much. All right, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. What up, Oak? How you been? How you doing? Everybody up. That's right. You know how it is, Hope. Wall Street never sleeps. When you're talking about basis points in the millions, decimal matters, okay? Thank you. This is the stuff I listen to when I'm not streaming. So who's the best? Shopify Rebellion right now? By a long shot? Dang. Sitting everybody down. It's tight. Oh no. Oh no. It always happens. I watch his stream sometimes. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. It's kind of weird watching him play because I feel like he's not playing Halo. He's playing like another game. doesn't look like Halo in his, like his point of view, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's crazy. I saw people saying that, oh, it's online. Like, dude, who cares? Those kids are crazy. Does he play mouse and keyboard too? Is that the other two kids, the ones that are on the other team with, forget what that other time, the other two people, Cycle and somebody else? No, is it Cycle? Or Cycle on Shopify? That other little group of two. Dang. That's crazy. Oh gosh. You son of a biscuit eating bulldog. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I usually wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. I go on YouTube and I see iShowSpeed just like live streaming 8-9 hours straight in Japan or wherever he's at. I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. That they just, I saw this system thing, this switch, this little toggle switch that they have. It's $1,000, but you could switch scenes like crazy. You could have multiple cameras connected to it and you could just like switch scenes, but you have to like create the overlays through that thing. I think it might be worth investing in, honestly. I'm telling you, dude, can you imagine how much money that kid makes, dude? Not just like saying like, I'm just saying like the things that he does like constantly is just so crazy. He's always in the media, he's always in the mix. They just really know how to market themselves really well, you know? And it's almost like, it's just like the Truman Show. You're just exposing your personal life in front of a camera all the time. You know? It's literally what it is. Picking up. Have a good one. Thank you. I know. Honestly, my goal is to retire this year, but 40 looks like the plan for sure. I'm for sure going to be out of operations by then, dude. Yeah, I've been going hard lately, but like, dude, I've been working like this for a lot of years. I'm burnt out, dude. I'm tired. Yeah, for sure. You know, they say that, you know, retirement is like your early graveyard. You know, people age significantly once they hit that retired button. I'm talking in terms of like, I just don't want to be locked into a position, you know, of an employee position anymore. I just don't want to do that anymore. I've already given all my youthful years to working, trying to travel the world. Hey, hello, Fresh. I don't know. I feel like I should dabble into the other social medias just to get more traction. A little bit. I don't know yet. I know Twitter's cool, but I don't know. I feel like maybe Instagram. I really don't want to mess with TikTok at all, dude. It's just too crazy, too Wild West for me. I'm not going to be able to, like, stop the craziness that these people say in chats while I'm live streaming, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm, like, I don't know, we'll see what's up. But I haven't put an ounce of effort into TikTok at all. Not a single ounce. Even the shorts that I put on there, like, they were from the GoPro AI automation thing. Yeah, you know, I got banned on Facebook once before because of the music that was playing in the background. So that's why I don't even want to. That's why I don't even live stream on Facebook. Yeah, and you know, we don't even know if TikTok's gonna be around in a couple weeks, okay? Sorry, friends. See, if you clean these little coolers often, they're not bad to maintain. Honestly. Not too shabby. See, look at that. It's like it's brand new. It's because we clean it all every day. See something real quick. So I don't know. It might have to be Instagram. I heard something about Instagram's like video presence is. I don't know. They changed the algorithm on YouTube Shorts, so now like every short I post now gets at least 1,000 views in the first like 30 minutes, which is cool. But then it just kind of like levels itself out. But I just got to put better content out there. Just keep doing that, and that's all that matters. It's all a game, dude. Honestly, it's in the end. You know who wins? The social media platforms that are getting these people to get logged in for hours and hours a day. Yeah, it is, right? Exactly. It's like, oh, how much effort. So my wife goes live on TikTok. Listen to this. Oh, this is funny, right? So my wife goes live on TikTok, right? And she gets like crazy money. It's stupid how much money like she makes just being live and just like talking to people and battling people or whatever. But like she's explaining it to me about like the ranks and how you rank up and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, I need to like go live and I need to do this amount of basically like an achievement, right? And I'm like, dude, that's literally like playing a video game where you have to rank up and then you have to maintain your rank or you get demoted. I'm like, you're literally playing like a real life video game. You know, it's like constantly just, oh, I gotta go on live tonight so that I can like rank up to the next tier. And I'm like, so you're getting on Halo? You're playing ranked right now? Is that what you're doing? Silver 4. Exactly. Oh, sorry. Just leave it there. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you stopping in. Welcome to the show of the poop variety. When we first started, we used to go through. So the green salsa gets four serranos total for the whole recipe for the 8 bottles of green salsa. So I would literally go to the Mexican grocery store and grab like 4 serranos. Now we go through about 15 pounds of serranos a week, 3 bags. It's so crazy. Come a long way, serranos. Sometimes you get some nasty ones though, man. Even after we wash them. Cutting labor costs at the farm, that's what's happening. It's always important when you're flipping your cold holding unit, you don't want to leave any empty container. And you don't want to leave any empty holes because of the flow of air. It'll mess up it'll make the condenser and the fans work overtime because they think that there's not enough airflow, and it'll tank your cooler. So it's super important that you always have inserts, 6 pans or whatever you use, third pans, to make sure that the flow of air is staying below so that it can keep the product underneath it flowing properly. $7.58. That's crazy. And I'm always a firm believer of, like, let's say, like, this sour cream, yeah, I could top it off and get it to that fill line, but I'm going to use it all and then just replace it with a brand new sour cream. So I'm not... certain things you just don't want to rotate. Like, I mean, you don't want to consolidate, like dairy, anything that has any kind of, like, protein or stuff in there. You want to just let it run out and then replace it with a new. Good FIFO habits. There we go. That's the word that I was thinking about. You want to develop good habits so that you could, good habits are infectious in a restaurant, dude. This will be my onion cilantro tomorrow. Turn this off. All right, let's go lock up the front real quick. felt it. Like a peasant, I clean dishes and bust tubs and cry. I'm kidding, I don't mind. It's just all part of the dance. If you know what I'm sizzling. Silver 4. New York City. And cry. And on cue. I used to work third shift at Denny's as a service assistant, aka get shit on by drunk people after hours, and they used to never failed. I was always cleaning up somebody's throw up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I hated it, but I think if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here right now, knowing how to clean up throw up. There you go. Just like that, folks, we are closed. Sucks, eh? Alexa, turn it up one notch. Hiya. I'm gonna leave this door unlocked. I'm just gonna turn that open sign off, okay? All right, bet. I just don't want nobody walking in here. DoorDashers come up in here and just use the bathroom. It's like, I said it was cool once, bro. Yeah, I know. I feel like Diana is still probably working there. Deanne is probably working there at River. What do you call it? Dang, I don't even remember what street that is. You know which one? The one off the freeway. Highway 20? Highway 11? Yeah. I missed that song. Make you angry. That's crazy. All right. Telling you, that was another many moons ago. Come on, bro. Shit, how many kids do you have now? She's getting up there, dude, in her 30s. Jeez. Awesome. One of them's got to be up there now, huh? I feel like maybe 20, 19. Wow, 13. It's cute. 3 years, wow. Man, time goes by so fast. Especially working in a restaurant or somewhere where you're just like, it just consumes your time. Oh, same. Wait, that sucks, you know, because like if I take a day off, detrimental. Can't afford to take no days off right now. You say you train all the line cooks there? Or you train the people in your stations? Oh, that's good. Yeah, we have help. I actually, not this Saturday, Sunday, but next weekend, my daughter and my wife have birthdays back to back. And I took off that weekend so that I could, do something with them. I don't know. I kind of want to go somewhere, but I know my daughter wants to have like a birthday party and invite her friends over and stuff. So maybe we'll do something on Sunday night or something. Yeah, they actually have Great Wolf Lodge in Oregon. We'll probably do that. It sounds like a lot of fun. That's how we created the restaurant. We went to Great Wolf Lodge on vacation, and we just thought of it and just ran with it. So it holds something dear to us, and it's not too far away. I always said Wisconsin Dells. It would, yeah. Yeah, I like Great Wolf Lodge a lot. I just need somewhere where I can like rest, like not necessarily like rest like sleep, but just like get away from everything. Turn my phone off. Yeah, I do like a lot. I mean, I do like a lot of things about Wisconsin for sure, but that's because they have nothing, so they gotta create things, Well, Florida has Disney World and Universal Studios. What's crazy is it's just those things Like, you know, when we lived in California, you know, we went to Six Flags a couple times, but it wasn't like, you know, now that we miss it, you know, we could go to Great America again. Well, there's Great America in California too, which isn't too far. But I'm just saying, like, when it's there, you don't really think about it. You don't really go to it. But when you're not there, then that's when you, like, FOMO the hardest, you know? Yeah, they do. There's nothing really, like, you know, crazy. Oh, you know what? You know what I had for dinner last night? Tilapia and rice. Isn't that funny? We talked about the food we were going to eat this week, and we just do it. Except, what is it? Just do it without doing it. Ultra Instinct. Damn 6 pans. That's how you know we got to do prep tomorrow. Nice. Okay, have you had a good Cuban sandwich since you've been out there? You got to have some fire Cuban or Puerto Rican food. $8.20. We're get out here by 9 o'clock. Making them from scratch. That's what's up. I know my mom. When my mom comes back out here, I'm gonna ask her how to do the Puerto Rican rice. I'm gonna ask her how to make the Puerto Rican rice recipe from the lechon. I'm about to steal all her recipes and refine them. In my arms, words of Man, that's disrespectful to Florida, dude. If you're Hispanic, you should know. You should know, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go to all the spots. We have this like mom and son, and they come to the restaurant pretty often, and they just moved here to Washington, and they're Puerto Rican. And they've come to our restaurant, they love our food, and they've tried other like taco places and stuff, and they're like, dude, there's no comparison. And I'm like, you know, since you guys just moved here, like, let me give you a couple spots, you know? There's some Mexican spots that do really good, like, entree food. And I gave them a couple spots, but it's cool that, you know, people gather when it comes to, like, good food, you know? They want to know. Same. My goal this year was to learn Spanish fluently. But I don't know how the heck I'm gonna find time to do that. Novellas. You should watch. You should watch my channel in Spanish. Tell me what it sounds like. Nah, I'm actually gonna get some new knives coming up here soon. I'm gonna get a whole new knife set with the bag and everything. I had a bag and I gave it to my son. And before that, I had a bag with some crazy knives in it, and it got stolen out of my car. So I've been kind of bitter about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get it right. Can't be walking around with some butter knives trying to cut stuff. Looking silly. Big ass butter knives. I'm really starting to work on my channel. I just did a new banner up there. I'm gonna work on this streaming software too. I got this new thing in the mail. I want to see how it works out and stuff. You know, I've been playing with the remote control, the GoPro remote control. So it just takes time to like really understand how the technology works. And the good thing is I have fiber optics in the restaurant, so it won't affect like the quality of the stream at all. I have no idea. Oh, we went on vacation and they broke into the car and they popped the trunk and took my, because I only use my backpack for work when I worked at the Cheesecake Factory. And so I always left my backpack in the trunk, and in the backpack had my knife bag and just like stuff for work. And these fucking crackheads stole my shit, dude. And the bag, it was my fault. I shouldn't have left the bag in the trunk. They like smoked cigarettes in the car, Dirty Mike and the boys. It stank in there, dude. And then on top of that, they had the keys to the restaurant in there. So I had to pay to rekey the whole restaurant, dude. It's terrible. It's shitty. All because I should have just brought my bag upstairs. You know what I mean? Washers? Yeah. I think I do actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you can turn the light on.
Okay.
Right here behind the cabinet, there's a tool bag.
Okay.
There's a bunch of in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
So what's it called? The trunk part?
Yeah.
It's just not lasting because that part's too low now.
Okay.
That part.
Well, I have those pieces in the back of the car. Did you see that? It's like the styrofoam and the stuff that you're supposed to put in the trunk.
No. What it is like, you know, like the latch or that hole that latch.
Oh, that clips?
It's just too low now. So like when it got hit,
Yeah.
that thing all pushed in, so it's too low.
Oh, you try to hammer it back out?
Well, I did, and then the thing is, I don't want to come out no more. And so the wise thing is, if I put washers and keep that fucking the latch,
Yeah.
it should be able to close.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's fucking right.
Yeah. You know, you got to be responsible, dude. You got to be financially responsible. That was my fault. I lost my keys twice at the Cheesecake Factory. The one time I gave my keys to a baker and they locked them in the freezer. And you know what the management team did to me? They froze my keys in a block of ice. And they put a candle on it and lit it and sang happy birthday to me. So I knew the importance of not losing my keys, and then they broke and stole my keys. It's messed up. And in that flat one, there might be stuff in there too. There's a bunch of random stuff in there, yeah. But that's all I got. Yeah, thank you. Run away. All my problems. That's what I do when we close. I know it's very boring. Just gotta get done. That's my neighbor, my homeboy. He's the one that does all the artwork in the restaurant, all the tagging and stuff, all the stuff you see on the floor and the walls. He did all that. He's sick. He's sick like that. Nah. They still stained. Hold on, wait a minute. Dude, but squeeze bottles can get so out of control so quickly. Delayed. I've touched every cutting board in the restaurant. I don't know what you're talking about right now. 10 hours later. Well, that's why, look, I'm a firm believer of minimizing your inventory and then adjusting accordingly. You know what I'm saying? When I first opened the restaurant, this thing probably holds like 50 plates. I got 3 of these bad boys. And I put the other 2 away because I was like, dude, what's taking these kids so long to wash the dishes at nighttime? It's because they're washing they dirty every dish instead of washing them, you know what I mean? They just keep piling up the dirty dishes. It's like, you guys need to wash dishes more often. And let me take 2 of these away. But you should have the tools to do your job 100%. You shouldn't be like fighting for bottles out of the, you know what I mean? Like standing by the dish machine. Oh, these are my 6 pans. What the hell? You better move. What up, Green? I can't do. 8:30. Close at 8, so it usually takes about an hour to get out of here afterwards. But it's just, you know, if there's people in the restaurant still, if there's flow of tickets and stuff, but we're good. We're chilling. And I have my staff member Cheyenne coming in tomorrow, so it's gonna be a good productive day tomorrow. Are you a manager there? What's your like title? I missed the part. It got cut off on the top of the thing. Teammate trainer. You're certified. You're like a DT, a designated trainer for people. Same. I'm sleep working right now. I always do this trick. Look, I always try to separate them a little bit so that there's no water between them. It still should be laid out, but you need to have something to let it breathe. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. Give it life. I think I got it in time. Did I get it in time? Ooh, 1%. Woo. All right, friends. It actually might crash still. Damn, we're at 1% right now. Give me 1 second. Jeez, my phone's taking a nap. You guys are getting sucked into the Matrix. That's what's happening. Say your goodbyes. Oh, Cracker Barrel's really good. They said that Red Robin, Long John Silver, Red Lobster, Bojangles. There's like 5 or 6 big companies that that are going under this year. They would file for bankruptcy last year, and they're either downsizing or like leaving. We're gonna see some magic today. Yeah. My grandpa used to love to go to Long John Silver's. He'd be like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bank. You want to come with me?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah, dude! Get some popcorn shrimp." But yeah, it is not good. But it used to be good when I was a kid. Honestly, my favorite burger is the Blue Ribbon Burger from Red Robin. I think it's amazing. Even their onion rings, they do a really good job with their onion rings too. Dude, the grits from Waffle House I don't know, you just can't compare it to it. It's so good. I love Waffle House. Let's trap out of the Waffle House. Alright, don't try this at home, children, okay? What happened? You watching me live? You're watching me live? Yeah. Oh, Eric's almost done with the hood, so I'm not working, but I should be done in like 20 minutes. He's putting the hood on the right now. You good? Okay, I'll call you as soon as I'm done with this. Okay, love you. Bye. Chemical's no joke, dude. Look, it still has the chemical on it. All I gotta do is hit it with some more water, which I'm gonna do right now. And then I'm still gonna grill it, brick it, clean it up real quick, but this thing just eats everything. It does, but honestly, dude, this thing's so caked up. I already bricked the grill. I cleaned this like 3 times today, and I had that order this morning that really did me in. You know, I think I did like 40 or 50 pounds of meat on the grill, and it just, as much as I clean it, it's still gonna have like those little black spots in the back. So I just really want to start working on it for the weekend. You know, I don't want it to be perfect, but a little bit here and there. Me too. These little tough corners is what I want to get. You see the edging? Shit's coming right on. Really hot. Like animal. Yeah, but what you don't want to do is once you you can really scratch the surface of this to the point where it'll catch like grooves and stuff, almost like a non-stick pan that gets scratched, the Teflon off of it. So you can really damage your flat grill. So I used to use I used the scrubby on the backsplash and stuff, but I don't try not to use it on the surface because we did cut it and we had to shave it down a little bit because of that. We were just very heavy-handed with the way that we did it. And then one of the line cooks dropped his flat grill actually, and it broke the back legs off of it. So poor back. This was missing right here. The trick is to keep the grill on while you do all this, and then turn it off when you're done. And I'm gonna hit it with the shovel. So like that little corner right there, I'm really gonna focus on that tomorrow. That stuff's deep in there. No, I don't think so. They have things, they've come out with chemicals and stuff. Like they have this thing called wash and walk where you can like literally put the chemical on the floor, like your mop, like you would mop with a soap mop, and you just put it on the ground. And they have all these little micro bioorganisms that eat the dirt away, and they just like work and act almost like nanobots. You know what I mean? There's technology and stuff out there that they can really alter it, but not too bad. Pretty good compared to what it would look like. Shit, I gotta do this bad boy. Yeah. They have a cleaning. We had a cleaning company though. Yeah, there's every station. There's pizza station, salad sandwich, broiler, flat grill, fry station, pasta, and saute. 7 stations. I'd be in trouble if you let me now. Yeah, so the cleaning company, when they would do the equipment at nighttime, they would literally just turn the equipment on as hot as possible and just throw chemicals on it. They'd splash water on everything. They would pop all the circuit breakers. They would destroy all the equipment. That was just their style, dude. And nobody ever took accountability for the shit that they would just break. It's annoying. Turn it around. Look at this camera here. Sounds good. Yeah. Did I make it worse? Dang! Such a greasy animal. There, guys. Trying to get this to work. You see that battery pack charge? Throw it out. Finish charge. Yeah, we're full throttle. Going in for the last kill. Last push. My house of cards right there. Yeah, they do Asian, Tex-Mex, Italian. They do pretty much everything. And everything from scratch, except for the bread and the pasta. And some of the pasta they have is fresh pasta, like the fettuccine and the linguine. That's fresh pasta, and you got to handle that with like extreme care because it's expensive. Yeah, my honest opinion, as far as like casual fine dining restaurants, like upscale casual, the Cheesecake Factory is like, hey, dude, there's nothing above it. There's people that try to mimic it, but there's nothing like it. I mean, obviously things have changed now since the pandemic. I'm pretty sure they've made things a lot more easier to do. But never know. Yeah, it was cool because like every time I did how many restaurant openings did I do with Cheesecake? I think 5 or 6. I did 3 in a row, dude. Oh, that was rough. But excuse me. Every new restaurant opening you do, they would have like a new piece of equipment that they wanted to try out. It first started with the Rational ovens. Those things are amazing. So we were like, I was experimenting with those at corporate, and then we released them to the restaurants, and that was really nice. But those things are very expensive, and they're expensive to maintain. And you got to find the tech that knows how to work on that type of equipment. Because those Rational ovens are they're like $50,000, I think, retail just for the base one. And then if you want to add that probe thermometer, they have this. Have you heard of the Green? Have you heard of a Rational oven before? So a Rational oven is like your Blodgett like double door oven or whatever. Same thing, like kind of same setup with the racks and everything. But the difference is it's usually double stacked, so you have 2 ovens, and it's digitized. Like everything's digital. You press a button. Let's say you want to make turkey, right? You could brine the turkey and then put it in there overnight, and all you got to do is stick a probe in it inside of the dish machine, inside of the Rational oven. And it'll cook it perfectly, and it'll hold it perfectly inside the oven until the next day when you come to open it up and take it out.
It's not setting still, but I'm gonna work on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna bungee it right now.
There's a bungee right there? All right, bet.
What's it called? I'm trying to use this black one that's in here. I'm gonna get a better bungee with it.
That's fine.
Yeah, because it's thinner, so I can wrap through the bottom. I'm gonna do 2 hooks.
Whatever you got to do. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The back will be bungeed up for you.
Okay.
And then I press the lock button in case.
All right.
But then I'll be back tomorrow.
I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you if anything tonight or something.
Yeah. Sure, let me know.
Yeah. Yeah. So those the Rational ovens. I think I got that doorbell. Oh, the doorbell didn't go off because I plugged it. Shit. Dangerous. That went back in. Yeah. So those Rational ovens, like, if you get like the souped up models, the ones that are crazy, they could wash themselves overnight. You put a tablet in there like a dish machine, and it'll wash itself. It's just the craziest thing ever. You could have different temperature. You could have steam on the top and dry on the bottom with no fan. It's just a crazy piece of equipment. But we learned very quickly that all the pieces that go with it are extremely like a probe, right? These guys are so reckless. The employees are so reckless with the equipment. They'll slam the door on the probe, and then they break the probe. And that little probe costs $150 because not only is it a probe, it has a chip in it that reads the temperature. It's just like all these little crazy things. And then one time, the water hose that is used to clean the equipment overnight, it exploded, and all the water got on all the electrical stuff, and it shorted it out. And we're talking about anywhere between like $50,000 to $100,000 piece of equipment. It was just such a hassle, dude. Oh my gosh. And forget about it. New restaurant openings or new menu rollout, they'd have you could get an update. They'll send you like a USB that you plug into, you plug into the Rational oven to update it. But if you're at a restaurant where people don't know how to use technology and they don't know how to like download the folder, the files, the firmware to your USB port charger, you're screwed, dude. So then you had to go to the restaurants manually and put it in your USB. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, those things are cool, but they're very expensive to maintain. And I always trip out because I see a lot of these like new, small mom and pop restaurants, and they have that oven, and I'm like, man, dude, that shit's so expensive. You guys are out of your mind having that in your restaurant. Can you imagine the electricity bill on that bad boy? Yeah, but the rational oven never left. It stayed. You know, we did all these other things. We had these little micro steamers. We've done Carter Hoffmans. You know what Carter Hoffmans are? Those things were invented by, I think, Denny's or a diner where they, you know, it's basically like a hot box that you could put third pans in. And in the third pans, you could have your like line ready food. And then they also had a Turbo Chef, which is the same thing as the thing that Starbucks uses. You know, you put it in, you press a button. And it's good. It's good for like warming up bread and stuff, toasting bread really quickly. But they try to experiment with it and make meatloaf and shit. And I was like, you guys are tripping, dude. You need to just make the meatloaf the right way. Just cook it to order. Yeah. So it's just, you know, it's all that when you introduce like this new technology into the workplace, so you got to make sure that you troubleshooted it and really like fine-tuned it and made sure that there's no flaws before you go and, you know, go live with it, because you're talking millions of dollars, 200 plus stores, restaurants. It's crazy. It's just one more thing to manage, literally. Exactly. It's too much of the risk reward is not the best, you know. I mean, I'm guessing that maybe they got a big discount. Maybe they got like 15 or 20 of them for free, which is a really good steal, because it's just a piece of equipment that it doesn't really lose value, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is update the firmware and that's it. So they're really just investing in the product itself, not really the functionality, you know. You gotta put your money somewhere. Pretty much, right? Exactly. Well, look, I don't get paid by the hour, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be here all day. That's what people don't understand. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to milk the clock. I'm trying to get the hell out of here, dude. It's my second home. And I want to go home. I try not to scrub this too much. Dino! Thank you so much, dude. I try not to scrub the bottom of this because this isn't like a normal insert. This is only designed for the steam tables. And I've already went through 2 of them where I've scrubbed them so hard because they get so hot, they break easily. And that's the last thing I want is water spilling everywhere. So it's just carbon buildup. Nothing nasty about it. And we got, this came like this, you know, it was in much worse shape than what it is now, so. Yeah, thank you so much, Dino. Excuse me. Yeah, but you know, I don't want to chance it, dude. Look, so this thing is so janky that I can't even use this. I can't have all 3 of them going at the same time because it'll blow the fuse. And if it blows the fuse, all the shit's going to be cold. And if everything's cold, the alarm system won't go off when somebody walks through the door. So there's so many things that could happen wrong that I just kind of just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just a lot of headaches. So that's why I put the rice cooker here. But, you know, I got to change the way that I can't assume that everybody's going to do it the wrong way because they have in the past. These are completely different staff members. That's why I have that's why I have this over here. This is like my 4th one. These things. And they've melted the cord already 3 times. And there's no replacing the cord. When you replace a cord on a piece of equipment, electrical equipment, you might as well just like get it brand new. So they would melt the cords of the rice cookers all the time at Cheesecake, and they would get the person to come out and replace them. And they would charge them like $250 plus the labor. And it's like, dude, just buy a brand new rice cooker. They're $300. We're wasting all this time to replace a cord that you're just gonna burn again. It's stupid. Well, I was saying that they always that at the Cheesecake Factory, when they would melt the rice cooker cords all the time, which they would do all the time, they would get the cords replaced, and the cords plus the labor would be like close to $300. It's like, dude, just buy a brand new rice cooker with the warranty on it, and you don't have to worry about anything. But you know what they do? They void the warranty by getting somebody to work on it. It's like, no, dude, you need like 3 rice cookers. You're not gonna do it 1 rice cooker when you're doing 15 million a year in sales. You're out of your mind if you think 1 rice cooker is gonna cut it. And then these little cheese things are gonna soak. I'm gonna hit that before I leave. Just let it soak more. All I gotta do now is just sweep and take the trash out. All right, you heard it here first. Next week, I'm gonna go buy a brand new rice cooker. Cause this bad boy, they don't even got legs to stand on. It's time to retire this poor thing. I've had it up to here with it. It's done well. It's served its purpose. Go to sleep for now. I'm gonna put that bad boy right in the basement just in case. You never know. All right, friends. On that note, I am going to sign off. Dino, thank you so much for stopping in for a quick second. I appreciate all of the support that you've been giving me since you followed me, dude. You're awesome. Green, everybody who's hung out and stuck around. Appreciate you guys. If anybody hasn't followed or subscribed yet, please do like, comment, follow. It's all part of the algorithm. We're here just working hard. That's it. But have a good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.